Did you know that you can actually visit the place where the ancient patriarch Jacob had his dream of the angels going up and down the ladder? Shalom, my friends. This is Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. We all grew up with that story, the story of Jacob laying down, going to sleep, having a dream, in that dream, seeing a ladder, and on that ladder, angels going up and down between heaven and earth. It's a classic Bible story. And yet, you can go to a place in Israel and actually see the place where many people, including archaeologists, believe that dream took place. Where is this place? Well, we know from that story, after Jacob wakes up, right? Let's just give it some context for a second. He was running away from his brother Esau. He had left Beersheba, and he was going north towards Haran, where he was told to go by his mother. And he stops in an area near Jerusalem, and he lays down to go to sleep. He takes some rocks. Some say he made a pillow for himself. Some say he made a protective kind of wall, so to speak, around him for protection. And he falls asleep, and he has this incredible, vibrant, meaningful dream of the ladder and the angels going up and down. And when he wakes up, he says, "Ma Noah hamakom hazeh." How awesome is this place? I didn't realize this is the house of God. This is the place of God. And he wakes up and he gives this place the name Bethel, which means house of God in Hebrew, Bethel. Right? This is the place. And so from there he goes on to Haran, and this becomes a very, very important story in his life and in the collection of stories in the Hebrew Bible. Now it's incredible because you can go to a community today in Judea and Samaria, north of Jerusalem, called Bethel. It's a vibrant, growing, passionate Jewish community of people who returned to the land of Israel. And right next door is this little archaeological site where you can find remnants going back thousands of years, including an area where people, including archaeologists, believe Jacob laid down and lay his head for that dream. And you can even see kind of like a rock, a U-shaped kind of rock there. It's an amazing thing to see. Now, what else is there that makes people believe, including archaeologists, that this was the site of Jacob's dream? There must be something else, and there is. We know from the stories in the Bible going forward that after King Shlomo passed away, his son took over, Rehoboam, and under him the kingdom split because people were very upset at his taxes, and he wasn't being flexible with them. So the kingdom splits into the kingdom of Israel in the north and the kingdom of Judea in the south. And the kingdom of Judah continues the lineage that started with King Saul and King David, King Shlomo, King Solomon. But up in the north, they point to a totally different king, and that's Jeroboam. All right, and under him, he doesn't want the reunification of the empire, right, of the nation. And he wants to keep people from going back to Jerusalem. So he does all kinds of things to prevent the people from the north, basically the 10 tribes in the north, from going to Jerusalem. One of the things he does is that he builds a temple in Bethel and in Dan. Bethel was the southernmost part of his kingdom, and Dan was the most northern part of the kingdom. And so he builds a temple in Bethel. Now, why did he choose Bethel? There were geographic reasons for it. Location, it was close to a lot of people living in the nation, but there was something deeper than that. He knew Jewish history. He knew the stories, and he knew in that place is where Jacob lay his head down and had that dream. So that was the reason he chose that place for the temple. Now, this temple wasn't supposed to be. It went against the Torah, went against God, but he did build it, and people did serve in it, and people did use it. And it's incredible because thousands of years later, modern Israeli archaeologists have gone to this site right next to the modern day community of Bethel and have found remnants of a huge temple, a huge building there. It's an amazing thing to see. So we have the Jewish temple there. On top of that, so to speak, or in that same area, we have Christian sites and we have Muslim sites. And we know that in the land of Israel, where Christians and Muslims built special sites to them that were important to them, was the reason for that was based on Jewish events happening there as well, or Jewish buildings and structures of significance. So you have all the different religions kind of layered up one on top of another. So all these things come together to show that this was an important site. And the reason why Jeroboam chose to have his temple there was because of the story of Jacob and his dream. And you can go visit that today in Bethel. It's an amazing thing. I hope one day you get to see it for yourself.